I saw something entering the church in my vision. I pushed it outside. I said, now you are an usher. It is risky to be a youth and you are not anointed. It is risky. I know me that the way I define youth in church are people that are anointed. If you are a young man, you are not anointed, I just begin to tell you in church, listen, we will have problem in this church. You must be anointed. Yeah, that's what I tell them. Don't be a youth who only comes to church for coming sake. Don't be a youth who only dresses well and comes to church. We dress like this because necessity is laid upon us. The real thing I wear is glory. The real thing you need to wear is what? Everybody say glory. Don't handle a department when you don't carry the glory. Because an anointed cameraman, in addition to snapping you, will snap out even the challenges in your life. I spoke like this. Clap for Benji. I spoke like this and I told my ushers, I said, listen, don't just usher people to church. Be able to discern between somebody who's having a spiritual challenge, a wish that wants to enter church, and a normal person. After some weeks, the ushers came and told me, Pastor, I saw something entering the church in my vision. I pushed it outside. I said, now you are an usher. Don't just sing and the atmosphere is dry. Where is substance? Where is proof? Where is evidence? Where are you? You must go after God for glory. The secret to glory is prayer. Matthew chapter 17 verse 1 and 2. Psalm chapter 91 verse 1. Matthew 17 verse number 1 and verse number 2. The Bible reading. After 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart. Verse number 2. And he was transfigured before them. Everybody say glory. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as light. People who move in the glory realm are people of prayer. Hey, Matthew chapter 18 verse 1. He spake a parable to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to do what? And not to faint. So a Christian who will carry glory is a Christian who will give himself to the discipline of prayer. When others are sleeping, you give yourself to the discipline of prayer. When you pray and you don't sense anything, you give yourself to the discipline of prayer. When you are praying and you don't hear anything, you continue praying. You pray until there is a change. A choir member who prays, an intercessor who does not just pray in public, who prays in private, a youth who prays everywhere, somebody who will give his or herself and say, everybody can be asleep. I don't mind who calls my name. I don't mind who doesn't know me. But I will take the keys of the church. I will lock myself inside. And for day one, I will start with 1 hour. Ruka, Rabba, Shentele, Barata. Where is this thing called glory? Where is this thing called substance? Where is this thing called proof? Where is divine presence? I don't care who knows my name. I am not looking for popularity. I don't need the mic. I don't need anything. Just give me glory. When I carry glory, men will look for me. When I carry glory, men will seek after me. The Bible says, Jesus, all men seek thee. All men seek thee. It's because Jesus gave himself to prayer. Jesus said, hey, everybody can give up, but I will not give up. There can be young men in church who are playing church. I will not play church. There can be young girls in church who are still playing upside down. I will not do that kind of nonsense. I will pray until my change comes. I will pray until there is a difference. There can be dry youths in church. There can be dry people in church, but I will not be a dry youth. Pray, 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 pray.